When humans mess with the wrong animals. We all love animals. Think about all the awesome pets you've had in your life. But when it comes to some animals, there's a fine line between trying to make friends and annoying them, and as we all know, animals don't play by the same rules as us. So, things can turn pretty nasty if you get on the wrong side of them.
Oh my god, I see it! I see it! It's right next to me! Ah!
From the woman who wanted a real-life teddy bear to the king of the jungle, who turned into a tyrant. Here is 7 times humans messed with the wrong animals. Number 7, guy with food. Gets chased by seagulls. Seagulls have a bad reputation for stealing food you're eating. Your beautiful dinner al fresco. When all of a sudden a white seagull appears out of nowhere, grabs your food and flies away. There are lots of funny videos on the internet. Have you ever considered what would happen if a whole flock of seagulls were circling your dinner? This is demonstrated in a video that has gone viral and has made Twitter giggle. The video in question was uploaded on Twitter by Darwin Award, with the message "Don't eat your lunch." While there are seagulls about, the amusing video shows people strolling about casually as a swarm of seagulls appears out of nowhere, after a few seconds. You can see a guy fleeing with food and a drink in his hand, chasing after him by a flock of birds. If you look closely, you'll notice that there are other individuals on the road, who are attempting to defend themselves when the man eventually enters a store. The birds finally leave him alone. Number 6, Attack of the 80-pound beaver. No, it's not an adult movie, don't be so immature. Suburban Wildlife Control is dispatched to assist with yet another damn serious issue, in which an 80-pound beaver has made its home on a golf course property, and is wreaking havoc after successfully live trapping. The beaver Brad now has the difficult task of removing the enormous and elusive beast from the murky water, without becoming completely saturated and kicked in muck. Oh, you just peed all over me. When Katie and Brad try to release the enraged beaver into a new and ideal environment, it turns on them and attacks. Beavers and people can clash over land usage, with individual beavers being branded nuisance. Beavers by cutting, burrowing, or flooding beavers can cause harm to crops, wood, stocks, roads, ditches, gardens, and pastures. They attack humans and household pets on occasion, especially when afflicted with rabies, defending their territory, or feeling threatened. At least one human life has been lost as a result of these attacks. Number 5, a goose insists on attacking an old man. In a video shared to Weibo, China's equivalent to Twitter, an old man defended himself against an aggressive goose, causing spectators to chuckle. The film was shot in an undisclosed location in China, and the individual who appeared in it has not been identified. It's possible that the goose in question is a white Chinese goose. Geese seldom assault humans. Yet they may be aggressive. Geese have even been used as security animals. Some of the man's defense measures are identical to those employed by geese handlers or professionals. People recalling attacks by geese when they were children were among the most popular comments on Weibo. The goose stands on a brick driveway with an old guy facing away from it. In the video, the goose then lowers its head and charges forward at the guy. The goose hesitates for a brief minute as the guy hisses and stomps his foot. The guy then twists the goose around with his left hand, slipping beneath its chin. The man tosses the bird into the bushes. When the two approach close to it, the geese rapidly creeps out of the bush's wings, fully extended, while the man backpedals and stomps his feet. The goose lowers its head and begins another charge. He grips the goose beneath the chin once more. This time then, he spins in a full circle, swinging the goose around him all, while smiling like a real Chinese martial arts movie. Number 4, stallion attacks his trainer. While bringing him in for feed time, this thoroughbred racehorse looks to be racing fit and appears to be guarding the mare. He's storming to protect his breeding territory, and these horse caretakers appear to be a touch out of their elements with this tenacious. Stallion horses are mammals, which means they are warm-blooded or endothermic rather than cold-blooded or polyothermic. However, in equestrian language, these phrases have taken on a new connotation describing temperament rather than body temperature. Hot-blooded horses, such as many racehorses, are more sensitive and energetic, whereas cold-blooded horses, such as most draft breeds, are quieter and calmer. Hot bloods are sometimes referred to as light horses or riding horses, whereas cold bloods are referred to as draft horses or work horses. Oriental horses, including the Akal Teche Arabian horsebarb and now extinct Turkoman horse, as well as the thoroughbred, a breed developed in England from ancient Oriental times, are hot-blooded breeds. Hot bloods are passionate, bold, and rapid learners. They're bred for speed and agility. They are physically refined with thin skin, slender bodies, and long legs. When European breeders wanted to incorporate these features into racing and light cavalry horses, they transported the original Oriental breeds to Europe from the Middle East and North Africa. Number 3. Kicked by an ostrich. Few people realize that birds are derived from dinosaurs, and that means members of the Velociraptor and T-Rex families. Not just dinosaurs' hollow bones were found in these dinosaurs, which proved to be great for adapting to flight. When the ground became increasingly difficult to survive on millions of years ago, you might not see the resemblance. When you meet a pigeon on the street, but one look at an angry ostrich will convince you of their dangerous origins. In this video, we see an ostrich ninja guy mimicking an ostrich to fool the massive bird, then subduing it by placing a jacket over its head, so that another guy can rush in and collect his child's boomerang. This is military-style ostrich taming, and it works well. These are the world's biggest birds. Yet they are unable to fly. Can you imagine a swarm of ostriches swooping down from the sky? Kinda terrifying? However, this does not mean that they're slackers. These birds have tremendous speed, reaching speeds of up to 45 miles per hour. If confronted, it can kill lions and other large predators with its devastating kicks. Kicks and slashes are rare, with most assaults happening to individuals who provoke the birds, like this person. For example. Number 2. Alligator chases swimmer, bites his arm. In horrifying footage, a guy was bitten by an alligator while swimming in a lake in Brazil, and he is recovering from his injuries. The event occurred one afternoon near Lago de Amor in Campo Grande, which is a renowned tourist destination. It was captured on camera by William Satano, who described it as terrifying before going for a dip in the lake. The guy had disregarded a series of warning signals that the lake was filled with alligators and instead chose to ignore them. Once he had walked approximately 30 yards out into the lake, an alligator began to approach him from behind. Alligators are typically fearful of humans and will flee by walking or swimming away if one comes close to them. As a result, people may feel more comfortable approaching alligators and their nests, which may incite the animal into attacking. It is against the law in Florida to feed wild alligators at any time of day or night. If alligators are fed, they will ultimately outgrow their fear of humans and will come to link humans with the provision of food. Number 1. 2 monkeys were paid unequally. An unknown visitor creeps up behind a wild macaque and throws him into a pond. In this video, taken at Shirshan Temple in Dawa County, Taiwan, the macaque, on the other hand, is not going to stand by and allow such annoying conduct to continue unabated in its territory. The macaque leaps out of the pond and begins following after the man, who loses his shoe in the process of running from the monkey. The man attempts to flee into a nearby building, but the macaque has already radioed for assistance from his squad of monkeys, and there is now a group of them waiting to punish them. Because they attack as a group, the man sustains scratches and bites as a punishment. Other visitors appear to be amused by the scene, but you can be sure that the individual who hit the monkey was not amused. Once they had exacted their revenge, he hopefully learned his lesson and will not be messing with these creatures in the future.